In this episode, I want to take you through my settings that I use with this Logitech C920 webcam, which I have been using since 2019 to make videos like this. So I have mine placed on top of my desktop monitor here, and when you go right into OBS, you can see up here we have C920 webcam. Then this is an episode of screen recording. You can ignore this one. And then down here I have MBY M1 wire mic, which I am using to record my voice. When we come up here to the C920 webcam and right click on it, then go to properties, you can see there is HD Pro webcam C920, then there is configure video. So let me toggle this one to this end so that I can get away from the face, from my face. So here we have two options. There is brightness, contrast, saturation, sharpness, white balance, backlight, compensation, and gain. On this other side we have these camera control settings. So let us start with the camera control settings. First of all, you have the zoom, and you can use this one to adjust your image accordingly. Then there is focus. I repeat at auto. Exposure, I have left it at auto. The ones I use the most is pan and tilt, depending on the size of the frame I want my face to occupy. So I can pan like this, and I can also tilt up and down like this. And most of the time I want mine to be that size. I do not want to include the shoulder, so that when I go to another software like Photoshop, I want just a small portion of the screen to be consumed by my face or my hand, so that I can leave enough space for other activities that I've been doing in that other software. So these are the ones, the brightness. This one you can set them according to the amount of light that you have. So these ones are not general, you have to adjust yours depending on the light you have. So those are the main settings here: saturation, sharpness. So these are meant to improve the image, so you have to play around with these ones to improve your image. And when you're contented with the settings, you can apply and click OK. And so you end up with the image like this one. When I press record like this, and then I go to another software like Photoshop, and I start doing my thing here, you will notice that a huge portion has been consumed by this blue backdrop. So we have other filters that can help us take care of that. And when I right click again and go to filters, and I press the plus icon, I can add chroma key. I can click OK. But before you do that, you have to ensure that there is no ranges like I have with my backdrop here. You can see these ranges. Your backdrop needs to be smooth, and it also needs to be sufficiently rightened up in my case mine is not perfect, so the image or the kind of keying I'll get with it might not be perfect. Anyways, when you go to green, let us go to blue screen because that is what I have, and when I click on it, this is the image I end up with. So you have to do a little adjustment here to make it look better. So let us start with similarity here. And I'll take it to just about there. You need to play around with these ones to make your image as good as it can get with the resources you have. The smoothness, so I'll leave it at that. Key color speed reduction. So when you play around with these ones, you have to ensure that they do not affect your face, otherwise you end up looking like something else. So you have to be very keen on this one. Maybe you can move your hand around to see if there is any speed on the edges. And mine looks like it is getting along very well, but I have something here. Now this shimmering you can see here is as a result of the ranges. If my backdrop was straightened properly and rightened up properly, this one could have been taken care of as at now. So let us adjust the contrast a little bit, brightness, gamma. And now I am contented with that. I'll click close. Now when we go to Photoshop, for instance, when I look here, this is where my menus are and this is where most of my activities will be happening in Photoshop. So I need to take that image or that screen face capture and bring it here where there's not much activities happening. So I need to come back to OBS. Once here, what I need to do is come to my display capture. So this is the canvas of the display. I'll take my image. I'll take my C920 image and place it where I want it to be in the Photoshop canvas. It is right about there. Then I'm going back to Photoshop and I know my image is somewhere around this place. So now if I want to do sky replacement as I was doing before, I know my image is around this place and I can move it wherever I want it to be without it consuming a lot of space in the background by keying out the background color. My computer is slow. This was not a Photoshop tutorial, but anyways, you can see now I have been able to replace the sky and I have my face around this place, and that is the main thing about using this chroma key. So those are the things I do with the C920 Logitech webcam, and I hope this video has shown to you a few necessary changes that you can adjust with this camera. Have a nice time. See you in the next video.
JM Photography KC Imagement.